As we saw in trait-based and behavioral approaches to leadership, context matters. One of the main limitations of those earlier approaches is that they do not fully consider the situation in which leadership occurs. In response to this need, contingency approaches to leadership were developed. In this part, we will cover 4 major contingency theories of leadership. There are more theories, but these 4 are the most widely studied and influential. Before we start, here are a few questions to think about. How can a leader's effectiveness change depending on the situation? Should the same leader behave differently with different employees? How can leaders motivate employees with different needs or abilities? We will answer these questions as we go through the lecture. Fiedler's contingency theory. One of the earliest contingency theories was developed by Fred Fiedler. This theory is a bit complex, so pay close attention. A key concept in Fiedler's theory is LPC, which stands for Least Preferred Coworker. LPC is a questionnaire that helps measure a leader's style, specifically whether a leader is more people-oriented or task-oriented. Here is how it works. A leader is asked to think of a coworker they like the least. Then, the leader rates that person on qualities such as friendliness, cooperativeness, and pleasantness. If the leader can describe this least preferred coworker in positive terms, they score high on LPC, indicating a people-oriented style. If the leader cannot view this person positively, they score low on LPC, indicating a task-oriented style. Next, Fiedler's model looks at situational favorableness. The context has 3 main factors. 1. Task structure, how clearly defined the task is. For example, cooking at a fast food restaurant is highly structured. Writing a creative proposal may be less structured. 1. Position power, how much authority the leader has over subordinates. Some leaders can make decisions freely, while others have limited authority. 1. Leader-member relations, the quality of the relationship between the leader and subordinates. When all 3 factors are high, the situation is highly favorable, and task-oriented leaders, low LPC, are more effective. When all 3 factors are moderate or unclear, people-oriented leaders, high LPC, may be a better fit. In highly unfavorable situations, task-oriented leaders again tend to perform better. The empirical evidence for Fiedler's model is mixed. It works best in very favorable or very unfavorable situations, but results are less consistent in intermediate cases. Situational leadership theory. Hersey and Blanchard developed situational leadership theory, which differs from Fiedler's approach. Fiedler focuses on selecting the right leader for a situation. Situational leadership theory focuses on how a leader should behave with different employees or the same employee over time. This theory suggests that leaders must adjust their style based on the development level of their employees. Development is measured by competence, ability to perform a task, and commitment, motivation, and confidence. D1. Low competence, high commitment. The leader should use a directing style, giving clear instructions and guidance. D2. Low competence, low commitment. The leader should use a coaching style, providing both guidance and encouragement. D3. Moderate competence, variable commitment. The leader should use a supportive style, listening and empowering the employee while guiding when needed. D4. High competence, high commitment. The leader should use a delegating style, allowing the employee to take full responsibility. This approach shows that leadership is not static. Effective leaders adapt to the abilities and motivation of their followers over time. Path-goal theory. The third contingency theory is path-goal theory, which is based on expectancy theory of motivation. To understand it, we need to review some basics of motivation. Employees are motivated when 3 conditions are met. 1. Effort leads to performance. The employee believes that trying hard will result in successful performance. 1. Performance leads to rewards. The employee believes that successful performance will be rewarded. 1. Rewards are valued. The employee values the rewards they will receive. Path goal theory suggests that a leader's main task is to help employees meet these conditions. Leaders adjust their style to remove obstacles and provide support so employees are motivated to perform. The theory identifies 4 leadership styles. 1. Directive, giving specific guidance and instructions. 1. Supportive, providing encouragement and emotional support. 1. Participative, involving employees in decision-making. 1. Achievement-oriented, setting challenging goals and encouraging employees to reach them. Which style a leader should use depends on the employee's needs, task structure, and environment. For employees with low ability or high role ambiguity, a directive style is most effective. For employees performing repetitive or monotonous tasks, supportive leadership helps maintain motivation. For highly competent employees, participative or achievement-oriented leadership allows empowerment and growth. Vroom-Yetton normative decision model. The final contingency theory is the Vroom-Yetton normative decision model, which builds on earlier research about decision-making. This model helps leaders decide how much to involve employees in decision-making depending on the attributes of employees, such as commitment and competence, the importance and complexity of the decision, time available to make the decision. The model describes different levels of participation. 1. Autocratic. The leader makes the decision alone. 1. Consultative. The leader asks for suggestions but makes the final decision. 1. Facilitative. The leader encourages group discussion and aims for consensus. 1. Delegative. The leader allows the team to make the decision independently. The key idea is that the best level of participation depends on the context. Leaders can adjust how much input employees have based on the situation, their skills, and the desired outcomes. Summary contingency and situational theories emphasize that leadership is not one-size-fits-all. Effective leaders consider the situation and the needs of employees, adapt their style over time or across contexts, help employees achieve goals and stay motivated. These theories show the evolution of leadership thought, from traits and behaviors to context-driven adaptive leadership.